Okay, hello and welcome. This is JT reporting for ASCII News. We are here to interview Michael Shannon about becoming the medic counsellor for the FEF. So, welcome. Thanks for joining us, Michael. Let's start.
Nice to be here.
Excellent. Let's start by you introducing yourself in your own words.
Okay, I'm Michael Shannon. I'm currently the lead medic amongst the field medics, which, yeah. So I used to be a sewage worker. I learned most of my health skills down there. And basically what happened was the shift organizer, the shift boss said, "Here, Michael, go up onto the surface or I'll find you something better to do." And I took the surface option and I'm here now.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So, why do you want to be on the council for the FEF then?
I want to give medics a voice. There's not many of us, and I feel that we're a little underrepresented within the bunker. There seems to be a lot of bureaucrats, there seem to be a lot of soldiers and a lot of engineers, but not that many medics. So I think they need a voice.
Okay. And what plans do you have for the bunker and the Ascendancy once you are elected?
So my goals for the bunker are I'd like to spread our healthcare techniques to improve the quality of life for everyone. It should be something spread throughout the Ascendancy, giving all peoples proper basic healthcare. Growing the Ascendancy and including new members, so any problems we do face, we face together.
Okay. So working together, obviously very important because we all need to work together
Very
to
important.
survive.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff we don't know that's out there. There's a lot of stuff that we have no idea what we're walking into. I'm hoping that together it will make it to the point where we can all deal with it rather than just it all going wrong for us and everyone splitting into their own things.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And moving on from that, the sort of follows on quite nicely to my next question. So, how will you ensure sensitive information about the bunker does not fall into the hands of those who could be considered our enemies?
So I've noticed a slight strange thing. So I've stayed around the forward FEF outpost on quite a few occasions now, to ensure that there is always support for one of our greatest assets with information flow, and that's Max, the quartermaster. It's also led to the fact that me and Max have managed to work together on the Shannon Max protocol.
What is that?
The Shannon Max protocol is a set of nanites and coding that stuns a member of the hive and then basically turns off their friend or foe identifier, and they basically attack anything they see after they come out of that stun.
Okay, so
we did attempt to test it on the last mission. I was injured, so I couldn't do it myself. But they got a bit ambitious and tried to use it on a Vulcan, and unfortunately it didn't work. But we can work on it. It also makes me think that there's other stuff that me and Max can work on at all that will assist personnel on the surface and also control that flow of data back from missions and then back to the FEF.
Okay, lovely, thank you. And what are your thoughts on the other factions on the surface? I know there've been quite a few questions asked around this in our chat room, but to hear your words from yourself, I think would be quite important for everyone.
So, Fortitude. I have a lot of issues at the moment. They're just getting the idea of democracy in their heads, but they really have a lot of very basic infrastructure issues. And I've been helping where I can with the healthcare side of that. Their general sort of like food supplies and sanitary supplies, sewage supplies, etc. They need an awful lot of help with all of that, and I've been providing that help where I can.
Okay.
Tribes. The tribes can be an incredible ally for us. They are a source of knowledge and experience of what life is like on the surface. And I kind of see us trading our advanced healthcare techniques for this knowledge and this experience. They could point us in the direction of plants that could be useful to enhance those healthcare techniques, and also warn us against any possible threats that are on the surface.
Okay. Have you had any contact with the new faction, Aegis, as yet?
I haven't. I will say that I feel it's only, well, listening to some of my fellow candidates, I do find it an amazing coincidence that this organisation has shown up right at the point when we need to make a new power supply for ourselves and offering us it on a plate. It doesn't ring quite true. I think we need to be careful.
Okay, thank you. That's brilliant. So what do you think is the biggest challenge the FEF faces, and how do you plan to overcome
that? Excuse me. The biggest threat the FAF currently are facing is the hive. In my eyes, we don't know how big they are. We know we've badly hurt them, but we don't know how much hurt they can absorb. To overcome the hive threat, I see us linking up with Fortitude and the tribes. Together, we can overcome that challenge. Personally, I feel the biggest threat to me, though, is small holes in the ground and slopes and running.
Okay. Yeah, you're still recovering from your injury last surface mission.
Injury. Yeah.
We have to make sure that those holes are filled in before we go back up again. Definitely. Thank you. And so my next question then, or questions, is how do you intend to address the increased concern that C7 usage is directly linked to psychic ability and could be the reason for the fall 500 years ago?
It needs a lot more research. It needs someone to look at it and basically find out what the answers are. I do understand that some of my fellow medics are researching this, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results of their research. Their results will dictate my policies on this matter.
Okay, thank you very much.
Listen to what is in mind.
And we can't make decisions on what we don't know. That's very sensible. So next one then, rumour has it that there is a dissent among the tribes of the Free People. Do you have any comments on this?
My only comment on it is internal strife within the Free People is not really a matter for us to get involved with, unless, of course, it starts becoming an issue for the Ascendancy as a whole. They are a people that we must respect the way they govern themselves. And if they choose to do it differently, they choose to do it differently. As long as they still, as long as that doesn't cause a problem for us or any other Ascendancy members, it's down to them to decide how they see fit to rule themselves.
Okay. And what have you done already to benefit the people you want to represent?
Well, I've so far helped forge a non-aggression pact with the Forged. Also gaining our much sort of access to needed metals. As I said before, I'm a co-creator of the Shannon Max protocol. As I said, first attempts at using it were a little ambitious, but with some more development done on it, it probably might end up being quite a good resource in our arsenal. I've also improved certain drugs within our healthcare techniques, and I'm improving those treatment techniques as well. And I did work with Cal to successfully test his CHAP system in the field. So I'd like to see myself more as a man who can see an idea and then follow through with it.
Certainly, I like the Max Shannon protocol. Is that what you called it?
The Shannon Max protocol.
Sorry,
yes.
The Shannon Max protocol. I like the idea of I like the ambitiousness of it. What was the phrase that we used to use? Go big or go home.
Yes, definitely go big or go home.
Yes, it's certainly got a lot of potential.
Well, I think Major Elwood, when he used it, went a bit too big.
That's Major Elwood all over.
But there you go.
So
at least we know what it doesn't work on.
Yes. And finally, is there anything further you'd like to add?
other than the fact that if I do make it onto the council, I kind of want us to basically reach out with more of these healthcare techniques. I mean, we were talking about a clinic by the Forged to help those people with their mining techniques, to help them with general healthcare. I'd like to see us do more of that, more of those diplomatic encampments almost.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
been really interesting, really informative. Thank you very much for dropping by and for your time this evening. And I shall make sure this gets published. So everybody, this has been JT from ASCII News and Guns and Ammo, meeting with Michael Shannon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.